fan diary. We're going to be taking a look at a few bits that we bought, and also some bits we might have to repair, and bits and pieces and things we need. Without further ado, let's crack on and see some new bits we got. Right, first off, we got an Action Man figure, the ones that I like, the original type bodies, flocked hair. Right, let's have a look at the year on the back of this. I think it says 1964. That. This guy's had some parts changed. I can see we've got different lower limb, different colour, and he might have some aftermarket feet. I'm not 100% sure. You guys that are experts on these figures can let me know. So let's go ahead and put him to one side and see what else we got. This one is something I've been after for a while. It's not top quality. Got to do some work with it, and I've got some more coming. Royal Marines uniform. Nice close-up view. Right, we've got the jacket there. All the little gold poppers on it, which makes it the Royal Marines. A beret. Let's get that out of the pack. Which I believe is the original one. In my collection, I've had two sets of webbing for a while, but they've both got problems. This one looks like a dog's got hold of it and bit it. I've had to glue that to stabilise it from the back, and I'm going to build this up with some silicone sealant and dye it at some stage. There we go. And this one is, I think, quite a common fault. The clasp has gone. I'm going to be trying to use these press studs. I'm going to glue one to the front and one to the back and see if we can make it work. Right, next up is a pair of gaiters for the Royal Marine. We've got a pair of boots. One's laced and one's not, so we've got to try and find a lace for that. Let's put that to one side. Next, we got the bits we need for the Corinthian 1990s Action Man. Obviously, I didn't need the shirt, although this might be in better condition than mine. I've managed to get the shirt. And along with the football boots, which is what we were really looking for, was the boots. And we also managed to get two footballs. Staying on the football theme, we get a tracksuit top for the footballer with a World Cup logo on the back. Unfortunately faded, but it's still there, if you guys can make that out. It's got a bit of stitching come undone here, which we can correct, but we now have a tracksuit for a footballer. Right, okay, on a complete different theme, purchase, I believe, HM Armed Forces figures. Now, I purchased these because I've seen them and think they're quite realistic, and they've got some up-to-date uniforms, and I wanted to see what they were all about. Size are not 12-inch. So these guys are 10-11 inches. Let's bring you in closer. I'm going to sit these down, get them out of the way because I don't want them to keep falling over on me. And we'll feature these in another video where we compare them to Action Man. Behind me over here, I've got one of the new edition Action Men from Art and Science, I believe it is. I used his light blue jumpsuit, I'll show you here, to make my interpretation of the original go-kart. So it was a 90s go-kart, 90s man, and we put him in a light blue jumpsuit with a similar helmet. Gone ahead and purchased what I believe was his clothes. Found them on eBay. Thought, yeah, let's have a punt, let's buy those clothes. Then I can dress him. I think he's called Action Pilot. Right, also we've got the breathing pipe for the Scramble Pilot. I think this might be a reproduction from Van Man. Not absolutely sure what it's called, but I'll show you up here. So that's that for the Scramble Pilot. He hasn't featured on one of our videos yet because it was kind of a uniform I made up in dribs and drabs. I'm getting somewhere now, so we'll feature that. I did. Last but not least, I believe this is another pair of hands. New pair of gripping hands. Right, now this guy, he's got 1964 on his back. Although he's had some limbs replaced and it looks like he's had his head replaced, his this a G.I. Joe? I'm wondering. See what the Royal Marine needs. We'll have a quick look on here and then we'll go to Action Man HQ. Right, this is the late issue Royal Marine. Now I'd like to have a look at the earlier issue Royal Marine as well. So it's a uniform on a quartermaster card. He would have a beret, scarf, camouflage jacket and trousers, a belt and pouches, which is the webbing, I presume, plastic webbing, not the cloth. Boots, bayonet and scabbard and an SLR. Right, now the boots, these are the earlier boots, I think. So it doesn't tell me in the book whether they're the later boots or the early lace-up boots. So let's go ahead and read a bit more. Right, the camouflage uniform. This set incorporates a complete two-piece camouflage pattern uniform based on the same weight and style of material as the International Series German paratrooper. I didn't know that. You guys probably knew that, but I didn't know that. This late issue style uniform is not hemmed and the pocket flap has been strengthened using a form of stiffener not found on other parts of the uniform. The jacket is fastened with 3 poppers at the front opening and a single popper at each separate stitch cuff. Note the gold spike button and the unhemmed pocket flaps. Right, I did notice that. It's some sort of stiffener. One of the pockets is quite discoloured as well, but I mean that might just be dirt and time, but they're stiff, these pockets. Some kind of glue to make these pockets stop them turning up, which is a good idea because quite often we all know that these pockets turned up at the edges, like this collar here. You know, they should have put it on the collar by all accounts. That collar has turned up, and that's a bit of a pet hate of mine. I do spend quite a lot of time trying to turn them down, so I might pull the collar out and put a stiffener on the back. The standard Action Man camouflage print is different to the swirling style of the DPM disruptive pattern material actually used by the British forces. It's a shame they didn't use the same camouflage. Obviously they would have had to scale it down as well. The 3rd issue beret, what I've got appears to be the 3rd issue. And the rifle, it says here, SLR rifle shown here is a 1st issue type with a 6-cord green elastic strap and wire clips. Okay, so in the picture in the book, he's got the 1st issue, but I believe this uniform was out in 1980 and he should have the later issue, like I've got here. Not the elastic strap. This we can repair at a later date as well, so we can put that on the back burner. See, this is the one with the damage. I'm going to put some silicone in that when I get a moment and colour the silicone. That should repair that quite nicely. Right, let's go ahead and arm him with his gun, SLR. Quick note, I found a beret now. When they talk about these flat berets, and these curved type berets. So is that what they're talking about when they're saying the flat beret? I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that was interesting to point out that I found this one. Like the Americans type one. Picture up, I'll research it and I'll put it up in this video, but there you go. Right, so he's just about all there. And him a scarf, but unfortunately all I've got is the desert type scarves, the reproduction desert colours. Will look okay on him. Right, I think you can agree he's looking pretty cool. We're missing 2 things that I'm aware of. He's got the wrong colour scarf, like I just explained. We put a desert coloured scarf on him for now. He's missing the kidney pouches, which are on their way. And he's also missing the bayonet and scabbard, which is something I have to look for. I haven't got that. Let's go ahead and give him some grenades. Right, there you go. I think he's now one of my favourites. Just a little bit of tweaking. We've got to put strip of lace and put it in this boot. I think you can agree with me that he looks the dogs. And we're going to find a place for him in the cupboard. Right, so all that's left to say is, Action Man, Royal Marine, get in the cupboard. Right, we're over here at the cupboard. I'm trying to find some space for him. As you can see, it's getting pretty cramped. We've got this cupboard over here, which I think I'm going to have to go through. But for now, I'll put this modern guy in the new cupboard with the more modern Action Man. He's a vintage Action Man in a modern uniform. Right, let's get our fantastic Royal Marine in the cupboard. Right, there he is in the cupboard. Thanks for watching this latest exciting episode of Action Fan Diaries. We've managed to get ourselves a great looking Action Man today in a great looking uniform. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.